So welcome back if you're coming back, and welcome if it's your first time. And we are sharing everything to do with life. Welcome. So let's dive into this next one. There is someone so done with being abused by their partner that they almost did a fatal mistake. And for some of you, probably you have children. Take what resonates. Now our person is just holding on to the relationship because they feel insecure, like they have no one to rely on to in this world. And although they know they need to get away, they are afraid of walking away. And when kids are concerned too, it becomes even more difficult to walk away in such kind of a situation. I personally can relate to this because before I got divorced. Because all you think of is what will happen to my children. And if you would be able to survive without your partner. And especially if you don't have financial strength, it's even worse. And then you don't get to understand that you were doing more damage to your children by staying instead of walking away. So you just keep postponing it and keep hoping that things would get better. But each and every day it gets worse and worse. So in such kind of relationships, children stop being children and they feel as if they need to mother their parents. And if any or one of the parents is having narcissistic traits, they would try to take advantage of this and use the kids as pawns. And either the kids become codependent individuals, or again, the narcissistic chain is continued to the next generation. And it ends up being such a toxic environment. People are just going to be like nothing but zombies. And it's sort of like a program kind of a living. And people end up being empty vessels that are ready to be filled with anything. And that's why most of the time the feeling is just negative, whatever comes their way. And people end up having all kinds of addictions. Unless somebody takes the reins and breaks the pattern to free the children from toxic abuses, these chains just continue. The ones who try to break the chains and end up being punished, either psychologically or physically, or probably even both ways. And that's done to make them give up from trying to break the chain. And these punishments are very severe actions taken against the chain breakers. But no matter how difficult or hard they get attacked, we all need to know that these chains can be broken with determination and persistency, as well as consistency. Being consistent in taking positive actions for a better life is necessary, both for yourself and both for your children, if you have any, and as well as for the coming children as well. Because you need to put yourself in a better position in order to be able to raise good candidates in this world. And as usual, have faith in your hearts that you will manage through despite all the illusions of fear projected onto you. Because it is so hard watching someone you care for just getting invested in a relationship that they are not meant to have. Because some of us have relatives or people whom we love, and we are like on the sidetrack just watching them wear themselves out, and it's like we can't do anything about it. I mean, a toxic relationship, not just any relationship, just for such kind of toxic relationships. In these toxic relationships, it is always best to regulate your emotions so that you do not get to react with each and every gaslighting that is thrown to you. Because the toxic partner always feeds on your reaction to survive and create more chaos for you, so that they can feel superior over you, to cover up for the insecurities that they have. You are nothing but a punching bag for them, and they carry no empathy whatsoever that makes it impossible for them to change or even get well in any way. It's like there is no cure for it. And it is not your responsibility either to treat them in any way, especially when you are broken yourself. And to think of the situations where children are involved, you are not doing any favor at all to them. They might get gaslighted to alienate you from parenthood because they are forced to choose sides, and because they need to survive generally. The toxic side is chosen by the children, and the good side, which is you, is shunned. And this really hurts. And it starts to make you want to fight back to get your children to understand what is going on, because you want to protect them. In such circumstances, logic does not work with children of such toxic relationships, and you are bound to lose. What you need to do is stay calm and not react. Instead, keep focusing on healing yourself, and make sure you show your kids that you would always be there for them no matter what happens. Because complaining to the kids about what the other is doing might just make them worse, make things worse, because they get to have almost the same fake complaints from the other partner that make you seem to look bad. And they get confused sometimes. And because both sides complain and they are made to think that they need to choose sides, they choose the other side because they feel safe with you. And they choose the side that is toxic generally, because if you are good, they feel safe with you. And they know they won't lose your love and affection no matter what. But because they also know that if they don't choose the other toxic side, they will lose the love. They choose that side because they don't want to lose their life, their love. With time, they have been groomed to understand that if they don't do what their toxic partner wants, they will not get what they want. And children do need both parents. And during such instances, there is a lot of love bombing from the toxic side that makes them want to believe the toxic one. Even if they know the truth, they still want to believe the toxic partner. And you, the good one, because you end up being sad and grumpy from reacting to gaslighting, you seem not to be anything of, or you seem not fun enough for them. And what can we say? They are kids. They need to have fun to survive. That is why it is important that you do not react. It's not going to be easy. It's hard. It is going to be very hard and tough, but get the necessary help to keep you grounded so that you do not get into the trap that is set against you. Because from beginning, everything is planned by the toxic partner. And when kids see you grounded, you have a high chance of them siding with you. But it's not that we want them to side with anyone. It's just that you being grounded will make them aware of what is really going on. Because they will also start seeing through the toxic patterns, and that way they can make healthy choices for themselves. And may God always guide our children to the right path and right decisions, always. Amen. A broken parent means a broken child. Sometimes it might not be, especially for the chosen children, because God brings up such children in the midst of all kinds of chaos and dysfunctions. And that is why we get good ethical individuals despite having lived in toxic families, because they are chosen by God. And an emotionally healthy parent means healthy ethical individuals who choose to walk ethically on earth. I hope God helps us all to find peace in our lives and show us the way to living our lives freely in harmony in all ways, and to live our lives authentically. Amen. And I hope that helps someone. Please, if you are in such a situation, find help before it is too late. God always protect you. God will always protect you. May God always protect you. Amen. So till next time, take care of yourself with much love. God bless.